Stop. Why? Why? I am going to pull a heckin' murder. I'm just gonna pull a little murder. Just a smidgen of a murder. The murder before Christmas. Anyway, no. Okay. Hi. I bring you Furina. I'm kidding. So I am currently primo gymless, and I am in dire need of primos because I really, really need to pull like Navia. I gotta have her. At this point, I've spent like $30 in game. I need this. I know I started a stream a few minutes ago. Ignore that. That didn't happen. That never happened. It was a figment of your imagination. That was a dream. So yeah, we're gonna do Furina'S story quest because I've been meaning to do it, but I kept pushing it back. And then also on top of that, I also was playing Nameless, and I really wanted to play that too because, man, my interest is so peaked with that game. I am way too interested in like what the hell is going on in this game, in that game in particular. Not like I'm less interested in Genshin, but it's still like, I don't know. When something piques my interest, I immediately am just like, I have to play all of this now. I am now fully, completely and utterly dedicated to just this. Like, bet. Also, I probably should do... Actually, no, fuck it. I was gonna say I probably should do my dailies, but I'm gonna jump into the story quest. And the reason being is because I really need to get a move on for stream today because I gotta go see my cat. I gotta go see my cat today. My parents are away. They went to a different city to go visit my mom's side of the family, and so since I live with Juice now, I'm not at home to watch my cat like I usually would be, and so I gotta go check on my cat because I don't want her to starve because she's a little sweet little weirdo and I love her to yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna do this lady's quest. Okay, I can just go this way. Go to the Court of Fontaine's Adventurer Guild? Okay. I honestly forgot that we had one of those. Because I don't really travel much in this location. Is it here? The lift is running. Okay. But yeah, so I gotta go check on my cat. And mind you, I would just put you guys on a hiatus and then, or like just leave you here and then come back to you. But I also don't really want to do that to you guys. Like, as funny as that would be to just take a 30-minute like break of like, let's go to see my cat, and then I have to go, because I also have to go get some other stuff because I need to prepare for an upcoming convention that I'm going to. So I need to get some cosplay items and such together because all of my cosplay goods are at my parents' house. Lower. So yeah, I got that boy just popped up out of nowhere. I was not expecting him to come out of nowhere. All right, but yeah, so I gotta go get a bunch of stuff. I gotta go do a bunch of stuff, but I still wanted to stream tonight at least to just do this quest because I knew that apparently this quest is also heavily intertwined with the event, the current event that's going on. The Fontaine Film Festival, which I have not started playing yet. I will play it like next week. Also, hold on, I want to adjust something. That's not what I wanted to adjust. Hold on. One sec. I gotta adjust the thing. This little thing, this little baby, I gotta squish you over here. I don't know why, but it's bothering me. Like the baby wasn't squished enough. The baby gotta be more squished. Oh, that was the wrong button to press. I pressed all the wrong buttons. Okay, that's better. That's more like it. All right, where are we going? Oh, we're going to see Catherine. I don't know why I thought we were going somewhere else. Catherine. It's us. For some reason, oh, I think I know why. I'm gonna have to adjust audio after this cutscene, because I was like, why the hell is it so low sounding? It's because I think the volume's down. You don't have to be so direct. The more lucrative, the better. Meanwhile, Catherine's just like, I don't understand the meaning of the word friends.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
What does lucrative mean again?
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job.
I mean, I wonder why.
Left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas?
I know a guy.
Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
Very true. You know, honestly, that's fair. I've never been in a musical in my life.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Is Furina gonna have to play the part?
It's that guy, huh? No wonder. He looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
That makes sense. Got it. We'll go talk to him.
Payment approved. Let's go.
Bye, Catherine.
Hello there. Are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
My guy? Not really.
Looks like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Also, I'll be right back. Hold on. 1 sec. I forgot something important. I'm back. Oh god.
I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show.
Oh, that's weird. It did it twice. Can't you cover the budget for a new actress with the ticket fees?
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts.
Why not just cancel until you find somebody?
All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Well,
Dan, you're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah. This is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe.
that's so sad.
One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note.
Doodly doodly doo.
Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after best to it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it.
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Brother, like,
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Moira isn't the biggest problem. How do we find someone who is a good fit for the role? Both of those are good questions.
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Great minds think alike. I was just thinking that.
That's how you know we're the best partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now. She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Assuming she could sing, yeah, sure.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Furina.
Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
No, not at all, my guy.
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
That's fair.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular.
Oh,
But
that
even if
explains.
she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
You want the show to go ahead, don't you? Are you prepared to do whatever it takes?
Well, yes, but...
But...
Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her.
True.
And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Let's go. It'll be good to check in on her anyway.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here.
Catherine, you're just giving out people's information? The fuck?
When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is
Good
my
job,
duty to help
Catherine.
commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
By a jiffy, we mean several hours. Alright. The little Oceanid. I'm going to adjust this goddamn sound. Why is it so low? Who did this? And by who, I know exactly who. It was that juice man. The juicy man. Alright. Alright, where are we going? Oh, it's like... Is that better for audio?
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
Fair.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Ah! Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I
Macaroni?
used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
Macaroni with the chicken strips? Don't you get sick of eating macaroni every day?
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh,
Mac and
I'm
cheese the
really
next.
struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now? Wait. Oh, I guess she had servants, so that makes sense.
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first
It's
Archon.
not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too.
I like how calm her
Besides,
voice
I'm
sounds.
sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no
What is
time
blubber
if I felt
profiteroles?
so inclined.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Damn.
Not yet, maybe, but anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
Of course
Let me
not.
first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoot!
Sorry, we're sorry. Please don't be mad.
Paimon was just showing concern for your well-being.
Yeah, exactly. What the traveler said. Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a second. I wasn't exactly holding back either.
Hey, that's not important. We actually came here to ask you for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
If not you, then no one. You're the only person for the job.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now. So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific? I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Oh yeah, you know, that's what we
After
do
all,
all the time.
I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
That makes sense.
Come, it sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
Oh,
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
Makes sense.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
I mean, good on her. That's fair. She did have to play a role for like 500 years. I can't really be mad at her for being like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Fair. So that's how you really feel. Yeah, that makes sense.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
I mean, it depends on how she's
Whether
feeling, my
it's
guy.
a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself.
which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place.
It's
So
fair.
I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
That's all fair, honestly. I can't be mad at her for that.
You. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Damn, alright.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Oh.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
You shouldn't assume the worst of people. What's wrong with making one exception?
True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
That's fair.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would.
Maybe we should go talk to Lenny.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
That's
It's
fair.
all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Alright, let's try to come up with a plan B.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now.
Mm-hmm.
All right then, we'll see you around, Furina.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
Go back and pass on the word about Furina'S views. I'm gonna readjust the audio because it is incredibly low. Everything else is like at 6, so I'll just put everything at 6. Or maybe my hearing is just bad, you know? It could be a little bit both.
Too bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision. Maybe the...
Oops, that was the wrong button. Well, I fucked that up. It's okay. Hello, Catherine and the gang.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform.
Oh.
Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's
Badly.
a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if we had to Imagine if we had managed to convince Furina to join, only for her to find out that she's no longer needed. God, that would have hurt her. That would have been so sad.
She'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
Only joking. Calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh?
End of story quest. We're done,
The fact
right?
that we failed to complete
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
Yeah, it's kind of rude, my guy.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Paimon, wait here a second.
Sure.
Hi, Furina. You spying?
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
She lied, Paimon.
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned. That's all.
Teensy bit.
When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Then why didn't you just show yourself?
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Yep.
I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that, and no need to keep addressing me as Lady. Just Furina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control.
What you mean?
Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe.
Yo,
She
is
wrote
Furina
her
gonna
own
become a
scripts,
director?
acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can, but despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really sad. It's so sad.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Well, good on you.
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Aw.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high.
That makes
The law
sense.
only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
A verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into into infinity.
An
That's
interesting
even weirder
answer.
thing.
But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, for example, how this troupe finds their late director. Things such as
The
this
fuck?
I have never witnessed before. And so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be
Okay.
willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Since it's you, I'll do it. And if it's anybody else, fuck them. Especially since it's related to the serial disappearance cases. Serial disappearance case.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina'S performances, as of course we all are. Alright, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Beep boop bop boop bop buddy boop. Na 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 na. Oh, it's this way. Da da da. Ba da 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 da. Bum. Ba da 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 ba da ba. What is this guy? What do you have, guy? What do you sell? Show me your wares. He sells Fanta. Oh. And fermented juice. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I want that one. Oh. I don't know if I want that. It sounds gross and I don't want it. No. Okay. Why is Paimon not... Oh, this is another quest that I've accidentally gone into? Why did I go into this by accident? What is happening? Are we skipping this? Yes, because I don't care. I'm also very tired. The fatigue of the day has caught up to me, and I did not sleep much this morning, so... Wait, where am I? Where am I? Okay, there we go. I've done too many things since this morning, since I woke up at like 9, and now I'm just like dead. Shiny. Where are we going? Wait, oh, here. Neat. I really need to get a back massage. I need somebody to like crack my back. But like, not actually hurt me. Aw, this place is adorable.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Lady... Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
I hate to be that person, but the ocean had brought them to justice technically.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left
It's
behind by
interesting
our
that they all
director.
pronounce that differently.
One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Aw.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Finding an actress was the least of your problems.
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about.
Also, I will be right back. I am very cold. I need a sweatshirt. Hold on. I need a little sweatshirt, a little jacket, you know, if you will. I'm very cold. I need a sweater. Sucks. Return with the hoodie because I'm very cold. But I had to find a hoodie that was big enough to fit my head in because I just washed my hair. So here I am. Okay.
The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
So kind of
She
similar
longed
to
live just like any other human, and sure enough, she found friendship and even love.
so like
Everything seemed perfect.
so kind of similar to Furina'S backstory, but not like 100% similar.
But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's
that
one
it?
of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
Oh, jeez. I feel like a happy ending is better.
You mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
Is that the kind of show you want?
Then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own.
That's fair.
And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from 2 of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist.
Paulo.
He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him.
That boy is knocked the hell
The
out.
other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since.
Wow.
He
Okay.
did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
I'm here for this.
I suspect the
That's
reason
funny.
they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing.
True.
But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago.
Poisson.
Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
Every time we go to
I thought the
Poisson?
last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Oh, yeah, it's a friend indeed, I guess.
Maybe you could use some company.
Poisson.
Oh no. Furina, no. The trauma, it's coming back. Is something wrong?
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So, allons-y. To Poisson!
Poisson. Poisson. On our way to Poisson. Every time I have to go here. Here. Okay. Also, I'm trying my best to keep myself awake because I'm so sleepy. There's a part of me that's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have streamed. But then there's a part of me that's like, eh. I need to stream anyway. It doesn't matter. Alright, back in Poisson. Where we going?
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Knock,
Who is it?
knock.
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
Why wouldn't he?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
He's dropped the ball.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show.
Why did y'all leave
Even
this up
once
to
he's
this one
done,
guy?
it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they just seen you in the song.
Navia!
I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are.
How many people do
And
you know are all in blue,
too.
other than, like,
I
other
was
than her?
wondering if we might run into her.
So you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia.
Just put a
That
gun
sounds
to his
wonderful.
back.
We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
Yeah, he's dumb.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
And how are you doing?
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories. But we
True.
don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time.
Yeah, it's a
Moving
coping
on from a
mechanism.
painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here.
Hello, Navia.
I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
Okay.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Got it, Navia. Thank you. God, I wish Navia would come home. God damn it. When will she come home?
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Aw, that's so sad. And we barely even know her.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure some people don't buy Navia's lie.
Yeah, I can tell people are watching me.
If more people just gather around.
I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful.
That's
I
fair.
used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Maybe you've taken on a bit too much in one go? Me too, it's not like you. Wow.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
They're not staying quiet either.
Probably time we made a move.
Oop.
How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Hold on, I'm like messaging somebody. Wow. Oh well. Do-do-dee-do-do-do. What did I just see? Anyway. Am I seeing a fish or am I tripping? Am I just seeing things? Or maybe that's just a shadow. Weird. 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 Also, sorry for the lack of responsiveness. I am so tired today, it seems, that my everything has stopped, like, working properly. So, just keep that in mind. I am not doing great. I think I've had too much of a stressful week at work, and then on top of that, I've just been so burnt out and tired from the holidays. It's been a lot. Now I'm just like catching up on trying to not be dead, tired in general.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You're only doing your duty.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. Also, she wasn't even here when that happened.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as your reward.
A reward?
It's like a reward. Because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anguished and alone anymore.
I guess so. And back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing a secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
What Paimon meant to say was she doesn't like to see you so down. Do you feel better having gotten all that off your chest?
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again.
Nice.
And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've
Is this
spent my
lady
whole
in
life
love with him?
battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh, I see what she's
Oh
saying.
no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
Oh.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Oh.
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right.
He's like a
He has
dad.
some pretty memorable lines too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness.
This is very on
truly
the
what
nose,
you
I feel.
want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
That's so
I
fucked.
spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really does.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer. My parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though.
I wasn't expecting that
I was
turn.
an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point.
That's fair.
I thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come.
Paulo.
How times change.
Oh, you're finally done?
I wasn't expecting
Get
his
your
voice
butt
to
over
sound
here.
like that, though.
There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant.
He has like such a
Miss
like
Furina.
smooth voice, if that makes any
Furina.
sense.
The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Here, here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. Little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it, and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land.
God
as if
damn.
driven by a consciousness of its own.
This is a little too close
Consciousness?
to home
You
once
mean
again.
The water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret.
Uh-oh.
The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the
The fuck is
rest of
happening here?
humanity.
Huh? sake of villain.
Loser.
Why did she want to save them after that?
Hello, loser.
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her
Are you
human
loser?
partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
fucked.
perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. Both arbitrary and meaningless.
True.
On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seem to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
I have a feeling that's not the
The
case.
kindest soul in the world. Yet she was
I don't think she
senselessly
died.
sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's
How
been
accurate.
overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I
Why would he be guilty?
have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because,
Okay.
well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aureli.
What? You kept that one quiet.
How did y'all not know?
It's
Y'all were
time
all
to be upfront with
together.
you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her.
That's fair.
She never considered us as potential romantic
She's like
partners.
a mom to
Not
you
that
guys.
it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now,
Maybe she wanted me in her
that day
life.
will never come.
Hollow.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by Aureli. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything.
Oh.
One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, she's kind
I
of been through it.
certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y.
Does LNZ mean let's go? I gotta know now. Let me see. Hello, JJ Rocket. Ooh, Furina. Come out wherever you are. Uh-oh, secrets are getting revealed. Hello, JJ Rocket. Long time no see. I'm looking up like a word in French because boy do I not know words. What does this mean? Yeah, what does this mean? Ah, so it is like let's go. She kept saying allons-y and I was like, what does that mean, let's go? And it did. It basically means let's go, which is great. I've learned a new word. Time for the performers to unite. Lol. Of course. As per usual. Where are we going? Oh, man's just out here living behind the main city. Okay. It's only 8 o'clock and I feel like I need to go to sleep. Anyway, oh, that didn't work. Boy, oh boy. How have you been, JJ Rocket? I haven't seen you in a while.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
Oh. Well, I cut that off by accident.
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour.
We also have the former Hydro Archon here.
Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
I mean, she'd be fighting water.
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
That's fair.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her powers so it could be converted into indemnitium. Miss Furina said so herself.
So ideally, in-game Furina would not have any powers.
And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway.
She's like, I'm a tiny child. It's fine. Hi everyone. I had to stay silent during some recent streams since I had worked till past 12 or 1. Oh, so you had some late shifts for like 3 weeks. Oh, that must be rough. I can only imagine. I can't work like late shifts or like overtime for me. It just, brain would not be okay with that. Body would also not be okay with that. I don't think I'd be okay at all if I did that to myself.
As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
Like the first option is, c'est la vie. That's funny. This doesn't require god level powers. Don't you know any self-defense? I mean, she has a sword. She can fight a slime.
Indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aww, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Fight mode
Sorry to
Furina?
leave all the heavy lifting to you.
I mean, my guy, it's 3 slimes. However, I think my team currently is mostly cryo. Yeah, and it's mostly cryo.
Solidify.
Well, we'll do what we can.
A moment, please.
Zhongli, you're gonna have to deal with this boy.
This is order.
There we go. Wait, can I fight you? No, not with you. I can fight you though. Get out of the icy mist. Oh my god. Oh, I got frozen that time. I hate the Frozy boys because they put out a mist and stuff. Sorry about that. And I don't want your frozen baloney. I don't want it. Okay, I don't know what I need to put out for everybody. Here, you take these boys. Somebody catch these hands. I don't know at this point. Alright, Mr. Zhongli, you're gonna also have to come deal with these boys. Even though you are very much frozen now, but you'll be fine.
Order guide you.
I like the fact we're just fighting slimes.
Strike a pose! Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Okay. This is always something we gotta fight. Every single step of the way. Oh. Basically left the phone playing while working. Oh yeah, the stream. Understandable. Looks like we got ourselves a challenge. A challenge with mostly cryo and hydro. Ooh. No, I must stay focused. Wait, we're going up here? Okay, we're going up here. I don't know what direction I was thinking I was going. I was like, I'll follow the path, and I'm like, that's not where we need to go. Oh. This is his place. A little hut.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
Don't worry about that.
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
Is a girl's name Dolphy?
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone?
That would make sense.
I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us.
What do you mean by
We're
difficult,
supposed to
buddy?
be a unit when we're on stage.
A unit?
Vilma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about it.
Murder? In my Genshin Impact
Listen,
quest?
Vilma, I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame.
What?
I never brought it up to anyone.
Why would it be
But
shameful?
now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little
Explain
Oceanid
yourself.
cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one.
Damn, you ended him
As
like
you
that?
all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough.
Okay.
We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire.
Like, how dire?
So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances.
Was it Fanta?
It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director.
You're dumb.
It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the
What?
drink in question was synth.
Oh, that's not good.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Yeah, and it's also very much just drugs. I think, from what my understanding of it is. Oh no. I remember that it induces a state of euphoria, but it also causes significant harm to the body. Yikes.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away.
But not before that,
shocked as
apparently.
well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration.
That's fair, actually. But also, Mans was just like, yeah, just peddle these drinks to these people, like, for funsies. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, just give these people a bunch of drugs as a while they enjoy your show, you know? It's a normal thing to do. Oh my god. Rule, never ever agree to something without testing it. Or even more so, like, knowing more information about it. Like, you didn't even know what you were giving these people yet, and you said, yes, please. Like, you can't just make agreements without talking it over with everybody who's involved. Man's about to get them in trouble for, like, giving synth to people. Like, Jesus Christ, they could go to jail for that. I mean, I don't know if it could be worse than that, but I mean, ideally, well, I guess people don't often get the death sentence in Fontaine, other than Furina, or Folklore. I guess, yeah, I guess not. Never mind.
The merchant was furious.
Understandable.
Berated us for going back on our word and threatened to sue us for damages.
What damages?
The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
So?
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe, and it wasn't my fault.
Mm-hmm. So?
But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
You brought the director to the attention of the synth dealers. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her. Gotta love it. Jeez.
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us?
I mean, he could have at least told them that.
What do you mean? You were afraid. This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her. How could you be so stupid?
You talking about him being stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
It's too late. It's too late for that.
Listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Paimon?
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly.
I mean, he already feels guilty about it.
I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe,
but I also wasn't going to tell you.
That won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back.
Yo, acting.
Beat me up if you want.
I love acting.
Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Imagine just witnessing a murder in Genshin.
I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you!
Yeah, fuck them up.
Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention.
That's why she was the director.
Tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured?
That's fair.
But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director Aurelie and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again.
Okay, I'm going to call this. And I've been thinking about this for like the past like 20 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna call it right now that the director, and I know this sounds insane because it probably is insane, was Focalor, but not Focalor specifically, more so, actually no, it was Focalor, actually. I'm starting to think that their director was definitely Focalor, and I don't know why I'm thinking that, but that's the idea that I'm having. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. Because for some reason, seeing this to the fact that she just said that the way that she spoke to them sounded similar to like the director, it's kind of weird. What a happenstance, like, right? It's like, what a weird situation. I can't believe it. Like, she sounds similar to her? That's weird. Also, the fact that they said that she went missing during the serial disappearance cases, that also seems weird because we also never found her body. And also, technically, they don't know whether or not if she died or just went, like, missing or whatever. I mean, it could have been both. But the point is that, like, there's too many, like, what-if situations in this. Like, it's a lot of what-ifs. But, like, I have a feeling that it may be Focalor, but at the same time, I don't know. This is just an idea. It'd be really interesting if it was, because that would not make sense. Like, why would she get involved with these people? But at the same time, I guess she just was like, yeah, these people need me. They need somebody to be in charge of them. And then she left them. What an interesting thing if that would actually be the case. It could be. But also that wouldn't make a lot of sense, because ideally, for the Heavenly Principles to be tricked or what have you, Focalor had to hide herself inside of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Elise Cardinal and everything. I'm gonna assume. So, it wouldn't add up with, like, the timeline and everything, but it's an interesting idea, is what I'm saying.
If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So,
let's fight later.
What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself. She's the true star of the show.
I meant to say this before I read this, but it's really interesting to see Furina being very normal, like average, like I don't know how to put it, but like seeing this side of her more now after she had to like drop the whole act of being Focalor and everything. I like her a lot more than I did before, even though I've already liked her a lot for a while now, since like Act 2 or what have you. But like I'm so intrigued because like she's so vastly different from the personality that she was like portraying before, which I mean that all comes down to like acting. Like of course she's gonna be different. That's how acting works. But it's like it's interesting. I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. I'm very intrigued. But also like it's very interesting how serious she's taking this situation. Like I understand that she wants to help these people, but at the same time she's not like joking about it, you know? She's like very, very serious, very she's upholding herself is what I'm saying. She's doing a good job, honestly, as the director or the acting director of this troupe right now. It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate. True.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base
Oh,
and
yeah.
recovered items belonging to the victims.
Good
If you
times.
could find
Good
anything
times.
that Aurelie left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I mean, we went there once.
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
That sounds like a plan.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
All right, we got an investigation.
Let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now and wait for our good news.
We're gonna go on a little journey. All right. It's funny how at the beginning of this I was like, I'm sleepy, and now I'm just like, you've piqued my interest, and now I'm no longer sleepy. So here we go. I'm so intrigued by what's going on here. Man, I still have not done that guy's quest. And we're not doing it today. We're moving on. Are we gonna go see Monsieur Neuvillette?
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still,
a couple months?
Since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application.
Well, that's
Okay,
nice.
Hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
That's nice.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women.
Huh.
If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Yep.
Vacher took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
Still fuck that guy.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
That's weird. Well, at least the record people are respectful. Yeah, they're chill. Is something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Oh. Well, let me see what they are. Oh, wow, there's 4 pages. Okay. Someone else was taken. That makes 6. Or perhaps the 7th? Someone tried to escape yesterday but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Oh. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry. I don't know if writing this is of any use, or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching. But what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troupe here. Aw. Have I truly protected them? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can write no more. Wait. Did I press it? I did not. Okay. I think I have a fever and my old stomach troubles have returned. But nobody's given me any medicine. Also, throwing out that headcanon that I had about it being Focalor. No longer Focalor. It is actually a lady. Anyway. A different lady. I suppose I am more fortunate than Creasy? Creasy? The pain keeps her awake all night. Aw. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It's so damp here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but it is I who am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, troop safe. I, them, important. Please, farewell, apologize. Life, perform, future, regret. Cleo. This page is an absolute mess, and the writer's pen seems to have wandered its surface at random. Only some words can be made out, and barely at that. From this page onward, the diary stops, to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings. Others are handwritten with many crossings out and changes. It is apparent that the pages have been referenced often, and that this was the personal notebook of the artistic director Aurelie. Huh. Sad.
She was so terrified.
I mean, why wouldn't you be? She watched a girl get dissolved right in front of her and had to wait for her own death in silence. Jesus Christ, Genshin.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Is it a song? Flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note are 2 new lines. Aurelie has written, in handwriting much more legible than before. It seems that they took her both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them. I love them. Huh.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, isn't that what Focalor told her?
Is that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Is it?
Because I am an older
Their
sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision, even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director Aurelie's final thoughts.
It's so sad. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, I know there's a thing there. I don't care. Also, when did I become John Lee? Oh, man, I didn't read that at all. They were like, bring the diary back. Wait, are we bringing it? Wait. Oh wait, did I actually go to the right place? My bad. I thought I was going to the wrong place initially. Oh. Argument going on. Oh. Listen, I gotta go do another quest. Don't put me into another quest. Also, stop being jungly for some reason. Also, wait, one sec. I'm gonna go get a Pop-Tart. I kind of want to get a Pop-Tart because I'm like craving chocolate. So like, I'm gonna take a little break for like a second, okay? I'll be right back. One sec. BRB, okay? Well, I forgot to click out of game. I'll be right back. I gotta go get a Pop-Tart. And probably some milk. BRB.
more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
I'm back with Pop-Tarts. Hold on one sec. There we go. I returned with Pop-Tart. Whee. After reading through the notebook, some are lost for words, some weep bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. A long time passes before the group is able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal.
What's your proposal?
During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Of course.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine?
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I'm not gonna talk right now.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you? I'll take your silence as a yes.
Okay.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
Well, then don't disappoint me.
Fair.
If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too.
So don't fuck up.
Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervilette. I know just where to find him.
He's in the usual spot, right? Oh. He's actually in a slightly different spot from usual. There he is.
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
How did you know he was gonna be
You were
here?
just guessing?
Fair.
I knew you'd be here.
No, you didn't. You guessed.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
Long time no see.
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
And then there's an explanation, yeah.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the Little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage.
He would.
I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
I mean, you're lively now.
And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life.
That is good.
Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions.
That's fair
Nor do
still.
I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not.
That's
I
fair.
sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I'll have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalect.
You are very welcome.
Right, I want to talk to him again.
Many people were once enthralled by Lady Furina'S performances, myself included. I
Aw.
hope that one day she'll be able to understand that our appreciation was always sincere.
Aw. What a big sweetie. What a big old sweetie. I am across town. Let me go this way. Neat. Okay. Nerval's such a sweetheart. Like, good on him for actually, like, being here for her and being a good friend to her.
It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Nervalet was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast.
Do we have costumes?
Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
I think they did say they had
This
costumes.
is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiumali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing. Even though Furina'S still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, it's really fired everyone up.
I'm really looking forward to the final production. Me too, bestie. Me too.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic,
My
get over
chest
here.
cracked.
Time to practice the opening number.
Doll. This is a cute little picture. I wish we could to keep these pictures. Like, that would be really nice. Aw. Cute. Still loading. Look at it. Aw. Look at everybody. Giving feedback and talking about the show.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win
I love
back
the
the
fake
water's
water in
favor
that
if we
fountain.
don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Yay. Aww.
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles.
The blue-haired
I haven't
lady.
seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only.
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Oh, I see.
Why? Why does it have to be now?
Oh, she's not
Hey,
feeling good.
What's going on? You're due on stage any second now.
She is not
Oh,
doing good.
no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
That's not healthy.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
That's, yeah.
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
Mm-hmm. Fuck her up.
Sorry. I've let everyone down.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Furina?
Miss Furina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position.
They are not
after
being
everything
quiet
you
in the
said.
backstage portion of this stage play.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said.
Okay. She understands her character. Good job.
I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Is she here yet?
Must she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère?
So pretty.
Courant fait danser nos vies et la cité est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering
and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis, serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
That was really pretty. That was, oh, it was so good. The animation was so crisp. God. I loved that so much. I think this is the second time I felt like that for like a story quest cutscene. First with Lenny and now with this one.
Is it just me?
Oh my
Who was that
god.
lady Furina on the stage just now? She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere?
Music video
Say,
time.
bro,
Yep.
Her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on? I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
Oh yeah, how often does that happen?
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice.
That's fair.
Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Aw.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant
Oh.
and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Well, now they know it's Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Furina after all. She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
Yeah, that is kind of rude. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision.
But you weren't in the
Just didn't
group.
want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs later, or there may be an angry mob outside. No telling. One of two things.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
What are you talking about, Paimon?
Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that was a real vision.
That.
Oh.
I've got no idea what happened there either.
Oh.
But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has
So that's
never
how she got her
seen
vision.
Such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Indeed. Oh, return to Dolphy. Why am I here, though? Wait. Excuse me. Wait, can I actually just talk to these people?
Did anyone see where Miss Furina went? Oh, I want to get her autograph, but I can't find her anywhere.
Nope, didn't see her at all. Anyway,
I thought Cleo's actress sang very well. Why did they swap her out at the end?
I don't know. Maybe that's just how it was scripted.
Is Nouvellette here? Or anybody else that we actually know? Nobody else we know is here. I'm sad. Where the heck was Nouvellette? What happened? He was supposed to be here for us. What the fuck? Man, Genshin has really stepped up their game for the animations. God damn. It's so good. So pretty. They really popped off. Oh. My mom was trying to call me. Let me text her. My mom was like, let me just remind you to go feed the cat. And I'm like, I know. I gotta wait till the juice man gets off from work. There we go. Let me just send out that message to her real quick. Alright, back to what we were doing. Because this should almost be the end of this. And I probably will have to end the stream after doing this just because of the fact that, why are those lights like that? That's weird. That's so weird. We don't have any of those lights anywhere else. Oh wait, what? Iron. Oh. Oh, I went to the wrong door. Maybe that's why that looked weird. Anyway, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have to like end stream a little earlier than usual because I have to go take care of my cat, and I also have to go get stuff from my parents' house. I'm a little busy because it is the busiest time of the year, you know, Christmas, Chrysler.
Ah, you're back.
Hello.
She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
Yeah. Gotta go take care of the baby.
Go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
I heard like 3 people's reviews.
It was fantastic. Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
At least the stream is fun. Yeah. Yeah. It's a short stream, but a good one nonetheless.
That's wonderful.
But I will be back to stream tomorrow though. just so you know.
Sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
But yeah, I will be back tomorrow afternoon to stream a different game for Christmas because I don't know, I just want to do something for Christmas. It's not gonna be a Christmas themed game, but it's gonna be Christmas. Just know that there's gonna be Christmas there. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I'm excited to stream that game because I haven't done it in a while. I'm not gonna spoil what it is. You'll find out tomorrow. And it's really funny because I'm thinking like I'm streaming tomorrow, which is like Christmas Eve, and then literally Tuesday, the day after Christmas, I'm streaming again. I need to chill.
Don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition.
Yeah, you tell them.
Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. it's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it.
Yeah.
I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life.
That is so sad.
I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
You may have a point. No you don't. Streaming is life. Gaming is life. I mean, true. But I also need to, like, take breaks and stuff when I need them. You know. I need to treat myself sometimes. I need to prioritize, like, taking care of myself over streaming occasionally. Only occasionally, though. But I definitely will be. Streaming is justice, gaming is justice. But yeah, I try to, like, if I need breaks or I can't stream because of other reasonings, I usually take the time off. Mostly because I gotta. Things get busy sometimes. Like, yeah, because I think before 2 streams ago, I didn't stream for like 2 weeks. Because I was trying to get, like, the house, like, prepared because I had a friend coming over and we went to a K-pop concert movie thing together, and I wanted the house to look nice because we were also, like, decorating photo card holders, and it was cute. It was adorable. We had a fun time. But, yeah. Also, I don't... Wait, let me actually check dates. Rest is important. That's also fair. Everyone needs some satisfaction and self-satisfaction, you know? That's fair. But let me see something. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll definitely be streaming this week. Yeah. I'll be streaming this week. But the weekend after that, I will not be. Because, well, I'm a liar. Because I am going to partially stream. Because, one of those days is my birthday! I will have a birthday stream this time. I did not have a birthday stream last year because I was busy. I was out of town. Yeah, I was out of town, and I was just like, I don't have time to make a stream on my actual birthday. And so this time I've actually scheduled a stream, and we're gonna actually do something different. We're gonna stream something that I have not played on stream before. Something I've been holding on to for like a year, and I really need to play this game. And if you wonder what game it is a Pokemon game. We are going to start a new Pokemon journey that I have never played before in my entire life. And I'm very excited because I know nothing about this game. But yeah, be here on my birthday, which is January 4th. And yeah, I'll be here streaming. So I don't know what time. I don't have times, man. I don't know what time, because I'm probably going to go spend time with my family before, because I'm taking off from work because boy do I need a break. And then right after my birthday, I get to go to an anime convention. I'm very excited. So I get to celebrate like for 4 days. Let's go. So excited. Slept all the way to 10 a.m., 11 o'clock, 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and then 3 p.m. See, I can't sleep like that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My sleeping habits are terrible. And by that I mean, I can go to sleep at midnight and then wake up at 8 a.m. and be like, oh yeah, I got enough sleep, right? And I'm exhausted still. Absolutely exhausted. Fun times ahead, yeah. We get to play Pokemon together. We get to play a Pokemon game. Or at least you get to watch me play a Pokemon game. I don't think this game is co-op. I don't know. Actually, I know nothing about this game, so I don't know anything. Only because I was working super late. Yeah, that checks. I tend to sleep in late if it's like a situation where I'm silly and I decide to like stay up till 4 a.m. for funsies, and then I'll go to bed and then I sleep till like 1, and then I'm like, well, I feel terrible. Don't do that. No, don't do that to yourself. Don't treat yourself nicely, okay? Like, do not do that to yourself. I literally did that like a few days ago. I went to sleep at like 4. I literally did that like this morning. I went to sleep at like 4, and then I like woke up at like 9. It was an experience, and then I was just like, I'm awake. I can't go back to sleep. And now I'm gonna go clean the apartment and do a bunch of other stuff and wash my hair and 20 other things and feed myself, because feeding yourself is also a top priority. And drinking water, kind of, sort of. I don't drink enough. I don't drink enough water. I should drink some more water. But you know, only because I was working super late. Yeah, birthday time is approaching. Yeah, birthday. I'm very excited. I normally just celebrate with my parents, and of course, you know, the Juice Man, who is not here right now. He is at work, and he should be home soon, hopefully. But yeah, I get to celebrate it with you guys. I'm very excited. I have not celebrated my birthday on stream. Mostly because I haven't been streaming that long. So, you know, and I missed my birthday last year, so, because I was busy. So this time, since I'm going to be home, I'm going to try my best to stream on my actual birthday. And hopefully stream something new and see how that goes, because boy, oh boy, I'm actually really interested. I really do want to know what's going on in this Pokemon game. I'm very excited. Anyway, back to this.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Honestly, I'd be surprised if those two weren't in love with each other. Yeah, you tell them, Paimon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're in love.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
Yeah, they're in love. That's it. That's it right there. Love. That's it. That's what you do. Paimon. Paimon.
Any plans for the next step?
Is there a next step?
After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to.
Fair.
You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
True.
No, we should still disband.
That's also fair.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
But why don't you
After
still
all
get
that's
the money?
I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
Well, he's gone.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After
Okay.
watching Miss Furina'S performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
I do love a good musical.
You should do it. It suits you.
Musicals are
I
fun.
originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Fair.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well.
Good. Good
What
on
about
you.
you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I'd previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else.
Fair.
But I do have a desire to express myself.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe the show will go on for me after all.
There's no need to draw lines in the sand. Just do whatever feels right to you. Yep, those are all fair.
Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and
backplate
remembered
glue.
long
Wow.
into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Or how absolutely depressing it is, depending on the situation. Because most of the storylines in Genshin are just sad, man. Like, every step of the way with this one, it was, like, mostly sad. It was mostly sad. It ended kind of happy, but not really. I don't know. Next time I'll invite you to join me. Honestly, let's take Furina on a journey. Let's go.
Then it's a deal.
Nice.
If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Also, who gave her that vision? I hate to be that person, but if the Hydro Archon is dead, who's the one giving out the visions? Who gave her this vision? Who did that? Because normally it's the Archon, right? Question mark? Oh, hi Furina, you're just here now. But that's weird. Because when I saw the I can't think. When I did see the oh, I did it. I did my dailies. Frig yeah, baby, dailies have been done. But yeah, when I saw the vision, I was like, is that her vision? Because that would explain as to why she has a vision. And that's also why she still has a vision in game, which makes perfect sense. But also, that's really cool. I like the fact that she got her vision in the middle of a show. I wonder. I haven't checked her like storyline stuff, in her character stuff, but I wonder if stuff changed from like before and to where we are now about her vision and everything. Interesting. Anyway, hi Furina.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands.
And you can whoop somebody's ass if you need to along
Is
the way.
that how humans feel about it as well?
You know, fair. Yeah. This is interesting. I probably should look at everybody and see what they're thinking. What you thinking about?
I mean, of course I have some regrets, but
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us to tell the stories that we want on stage.
Okay. Hello, Paulo.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, I've got an interview with the Steambird to get to. Thanks to all your help, the show was more perfect than we ever could have hoped for. But most of all, I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to O'Reilly.
Good on you, Guy, for getting over that. I would say getting over his feelings, but that doesn't sound right because it's not like he's actually over those feelings. Like, he's still very much in love with that person, and then on top of that, also that person is no longer here with us, so like he still has unresolved feelings. But I feel like it's not as bad as not being able to say goodbye, I feel.
Now that the buzz is worn off, I feel ready to pass out.
I think this guy was the prop person, the person who made all the props, and then I think this person made the costumes, which makes sense.
thank you so much. I feel like I've rekindled the passion I had when I first joined the troupe. It might turn out to be too little, too late for me, but still, this has been the experience of a lifetime.
Aw. This has been a very interesting. That guitar is or actually I don't think that's a guitar. It looks like a fancy cello, a very, very big cello, or it could be a bass. I don't know. It's huge though, is what I'm trying to say. It could just be a bass instead of it being like a cello. That would make a lot more sense. But there's also no bow here. So are they playing this thing as a guitar? Like, what is this? I don't know. I don't know why I'm questioning their musical instruments right now. But yeah, anyway. more than likely I'm gonna have to just in stream, because more than likely the Juice Man will be coming home soon, and I will have to go take care of my kitty cat. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Not to mention, I also have a really bad headache because I have curlers in my hair, and I've been having headaches on and off all week, and it's been rough. But I feel a little bit better than I did on Tuesday. I was not doing good on Tuesday. Or Thursday. Or all this week, honestly. I feel a lot better than I did at the beginning of this week. But I'm very excited. Tomorrow I get to go see Trolls 3. I know that's such a weird thing to be like, yes, I finally get to see Trolls 3 in theaters. But I'm super excited. I don't know why. I think it's just because, honestly, the musical numbers in Trolls are actually bangers, and that is my hot take for the night. That's all I really have to say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a very short stream, but a good stream nonetheless. And I'm gonna see.
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Furina, I'm gonna fight you. Shut up. Shut up, why don't you? Anyway, I will be back tomorrow, probably with a longer stream. And I think tomorrow we're gonna revisit a game that we haven't played probably in like 6 months. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good night, and hopefully you guys will get some good food, good sleepies. And I know it's not Christmas yet, and I'm probably gonna tell you guys Merry Christmas tomorrow, but Merry Early Christmas, Merry Early Chrysler, or Happy Holidays if you don't specifically celebrate Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I don't think Hanukkah's still going on at this point, but you know, it's belated. Let me see if I can get a little raid message in here. We're gonna go raid my friend Stark. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short stream. I'll be back tomorrow sometime in the afternoon. I do not have a plan. I never have a plan. Just it's always guerrilla streams out here. We just start streaming when we start streaming, you know. But I will probably be streaming sometime tomorrow afternoon because I'm gonna go see the movie in the morning. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was very short, very sweet. I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, bye bye everybody. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. Go say hi to my friend Stark. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd